Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hey, Amen, welcome. I'm going to try one more time, see if it works. I don't know, I'm still pretty weak, but I'll give it a shot. Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama. I feel a little better than early this morning, so let's see. I couldn't even drink a cup of coffee this morning. That's not feeling good. But now I think I'm okay. Enough to do this. Let's see. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. I feel like I can concentrate now. That's the important thing. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Feel free to go if you because you just had a long class this morning with Lilita, so I'm just trying to get my nourishment. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe. Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Radha, 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 Radha. Oh, Radhe, Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Ah, ah. Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. Ah, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Ooh, Krishna, Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Ah, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Let's see, let me read a little something here. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Adi Lila. Chapter. The Confidential Reasons, Chapter 4. Confidential Reasons for the Appearance of Lord Chaitanya. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even a foolish child can fully describe the real nature of Lord Krishna, the enjoyer of the pastimes of Raj, according to the vision of the revealed scriptures. I love this verse, it's so great. By the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even a foolish child can describe the real nature of Lord Krishna. So what is the real nature? What is the real nature of Lord Krishna he's the enjoyer of transcendental mellows. And if you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, that means you're relishing transcendental mellows too. Otherwise, you don't know the nature. You have to be like-minded. Right? Birds of a feather flock together. See, so the devotees and the Lord, they exchange these transcendental relationships. Very ecstatic. Very ecstatic. Uh, the real nature of Lord Krishna, the enjoyer of the pastimes of Raj, according to the vision of the revealed scriptures. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all glories to Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. I have described the meaning of the fourth verse. Now, O devotees, kindly hear the explanation of the fifth verse. Just to explain the original verse, I shall first suggest its meaning. I have given the essential meaning of the fourth verse. This incarnation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, descends to propagate the chanting of the holy name and spread the love of God. Although this is true, this is only the external reason for the Lord's incarnation. Please hear one other reason, the confidential reason for the Lord's appearance. The scriptures proclaim that Lord Krishna previously descended to take away the burden of the earth. To take away this burden, however, is not the work of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The maintainer, Lord Vishnu, is the one who protects the universe. But the time to lift the burden of the world mixed with the time for Lord Krishna's incarnation. When the complete personality of Godhead descends, all other incarnations of the Lord meet together within him. Lord Narayan, the four primary expansions, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, Matsya, and all other Leela incarnations, the Yuga avatars, the Manvantara incarnations, and as many incarnations as there are, all descend in the body of Lord Krishna. In this way, the complete supreme Godhead, Lord Krishna himself, appears. At that time, therefore, Lord Vishnu is present in the body of Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna kills the demons through him. Thus, the killing of the demons is but secondary work. I shall now speak of the main reason for the Lord's incarnation. The Lord's desire to appear was born from two reasons. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God, and he wanted to propagate devotional service to in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. Thus, he is known as supremely jubilant and as the most merciful of all. The Lord's desire to appear was born of two reasons. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God, and he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. Thus, he is known as supremely jubilant and as most merciful of all. Supremely jubilant. See, in other words, supremely jubilant is relishing these mellows, and then you see what is real happiness, the highest happiness. See, so the Lord had to spread. He wanted to spread this love of Godhead on the platform of spontaneous devotion. You notice we're doing the same thing here. People are getting this. Not everybody gets it right away, but here you get the desire. Say if you're still need purification or something, and but you're around. You got role models here. You got people here, maybe from some other incarnations they're continuing on, but you have role models here. You have people. They're actually, you can understand this book, see, because you see people here tasting the mellows of devotion. Tasting the nectar and the holy names and the pastimes. Yeah, and spreading love of Godhead on the platform of spontaneous devotion. So that's, I got the order in 1996 to do this, and that's why it works. See? It's amazing, more devotees, if they understood what's going on here, because there's no other way unless the devotee is tasting this, unless they show you this and teach all about this and the glories of spontaneous devotion. It's not available. That's why Prabhupada, it was in his books. Here I'm reading about it, right? It's in the books. He said it was postgraduate for a later time. That time is now. Yeah. But you cannot, without tasting these mellows, either before your disciples or before the world, then nobody has the role model. Then it's like Bhakti Siddhanta and Prabhupada, they would chant holy name in their ecstasy, usually in their rooms. That's why people don't know what it is. Yeah, see, in all the groups, Narayan Raj group, they weren't allowed. You weren't allowed to cry, allow any tears to come if they would come. It wasn't allowed. It was told that no, for preaching's sake, you don't cry. See, but when this is available for preaching's sake, you must show this to people. You must relish these mellows. The Lord spontaneously will allow it to be done. See, otherwise, because on our own we can't do this. It has to arise in the heart. This is the only practical way to get spontaneous devotion. You have to be with devotees who are on that platform, the spontaneous devotional service. There's no other practical way. If you're not in, this is the only place I've seen on the planet. I've been to India so many times. There's none of this going on. There's nobody. There's no gurus. There's no followers relishing these mellows of devotion. You could see they're real here because you can, if you're smart, Krishna gives you some brain, then you can look in the book and say, wow, that's what it looks like. Yeah, according to the book, you're on course. See, the book is like a map. You can find out if you're on course by the book. It shows you right there. Are you on course? That's why we can tell. Sometimes you got the putana obstacle, like in some of the devotees, they're caught up in that, in the hypocritical level. They have a deep, secret desire to be an important person, to be a liberated soul. They deep secret, they don't admit it to themselves, so they're caught up in the putana. They won't allow their guru to help them out. See, they're no, I don't believe you. See, so that happens. So that's why we make our comments here. So a real spiritual master is a guide. They teach you the real standard of devotional service and what are the real obstacles. Otherwise, nobody knows. That means you have to have a mature, mature level of taste for this bhakti in order to teach it. Otherwise, nobody can really teach it right. Yeah. So thus the killing of the demons is but secondary work. I shall now speak of the main reason for the Lord's incarnation. So the Lord's desire to appear was born of two reasons. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God, and he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on a platform of spontaneous attraction. Thus he is known as supremely jubilant and as most merciful of all. Yeah. So everybody benefits here. If you're coming here and you're listening and you have you're favorable to what's going on here, even though you may have some problems in some anartas, like maybe you're a little envious or jealous, or maybe you're on drugs, all this stuff. But if you're favorable to the devotees and their teachings here, you make so much advancement. I see it all the time. Krishna is very merciful to the devotees who come to be with his rare devotees like this. He'll give you all ability and all power to overcome these things, that need to be overcome. So it really comes down to faith. I mean, who do you have faith in? Do you have faith in the Vaidhi Bhakta gurus? Well, then you get a Vaidhi result. If you have faith in this guru here, in this teaching, and this situation here, then you're going to get the result of ecstatic devotion. If you're sincere, if you don't get caught up and deviated like some do, But anyway, everybody benefits. Lord Krishna thought, all the universe is filled with the conception of my majesty, but love weakened by that sense of majesty does not satisfy me. Okay? See, and that Lord, that satisfaction is felt by an intimate associate. And you get to be personally. When ecstatic devotion awakens in you, you become an intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. See, then you know the desires of the Lord. You understand why Vaidhi does not satisfy like this distant relationship. Oh, the deity is up on the altar. No, you want this closeness that comes from chanting the holy names. See, the Lord comes up so close in his name, and you taste the sweet nectar of that, and it's fabulous. There's nothing. This awe and reverent worship goes far away. Right? That's why the devotees are so used. They have their gurus, they have their teachings. In religion, it puts God at a distance. The God is up there. But you see, the verse actually says, love is weakened. Love is weakened by that distance. Why? There's a reason. It's intelligent philosophy here. See, the further you are away from God, the weaker your relationship is. The closer you are, your bond is stronger. See, and the closer you are, the better you know that Lord. You know what his desires are. See, you know that he loves devotion, that he loves closeness with his devotees. See? And you know that because when you satisfy the Lord by following this path of spontaneous devotional service, which is the reason he came here to this planet, which is that this is the revival now. When you're here following this path, then you'll know. Then it's very easy for you to know the Lord's desire, and you'll know why he wants to be close, because it's natural. Okay? And you'll know the happiness of that closeness. It's like in chapter 1 on the spiritual master, there's this huge, big verse there, where Krishna is looking at Radharani. He says, let me actually read the verse here. It's really a good one. Let's see here. Yeah. Chapter 1. Yeah, chapter 1 on the spiritual master. And it's really interesting that this high verse about Radha and Krishna is right there on the spiritual master. And there's a reason for that. So, verse number 6, chapter 1, Adi Lila. Desiring to understand the glories of Radharani's love. See, so it starts like that. Desiring to understand the glories of Radharani's love. He's sitting there looking at Radharani. He says, boy, that love is really glorious. He's going, how come I don't understand it? How can I understand this? He's thinking like that. The wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love. See, she relishes these qualities in the Lord because she's really close to that Lord. See, because of her unique way of worshiping. This is called Raganuga Bhakti, or actually spontaneous devotional service. She's very close, and you could say that she has a lot of girlfriends, and if you're in this line, you'll probably be one of them. See? And then you'll be like that too. And people on the outside who this love has not awakened, and they'll be wondering also, like, what is that person experiencing? Look how happy they are. Look at that happiness they have because of how close they are to Krishna in their worship, like chanting the holy name. Very practical. See, that's a candidate for spontaneous devotional service. That's why that's in this chapter 1. Because if you're not like that, it doesn't matter. You're a big guru in ISKCON. or Gaudiya Smiti, or Radhakund Babaji is your big guru, but here you get to see the glories of Radha's love for Krishna. You get to see a resident of Vrindavan's love for Krishna. No joke, for sure. And if you're out there, see, you're like out there and you're not wondering like, what's the glory in that? But I'm a big guru. You know, you're not really a big, in truth, you're not a big guru. No, a big guru or a big, a proper candidate is somebody who sees the devotees who are very close to Radha and Krishna, or say to Krishna, because very close and they're relishing these transcendental mellows like Lord Chaitanya and tasting this nectar and understand these beautiful qualities. Like here, you cannot preach like this unless you have personal experience like this. And if this doesn't like attract you, what kind of guru is that? That's why Prabodhananda says, what kind of gurus are you? You're not interested in the essence of the truth. The Lord Chaitanya came to give the essence of truth, which is he came to spread the path of spontaneous devotional love in the world. And you're not interested. Oh, you missed the boat, man. What? That's you're inconsequential. You're not even, you're not smart at all. What kind of guru are you? You don't need, you represent the Hare Krishna movement and Prabhupada and ISKCON and everything, and you don't know why Lord Chaitanya came here. You're not attracted to that, so therefore you don't even know chapter 1 of Adi Lila. Therefore, you're not even a real disciple. You don't even know the value of a real spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line yet. It's not clear to you. You need to be like that Krishna outside looking at the devotees here who have an intimate relationship, and if you wonder like, wow, man, I wonder what this devotee's experience is, because you can't know unless you get the mercy of a devotee here. You get the mercy of a devotee to relish transcendental mellows, then you can know, otherwise not. You can't know. That's why the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, they consider, what kind of gurus are you? You're in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. You don't even know why Lord Chaitanya came here because you don't have personal experience of that. Everybody should go to the guru, whatever it is, whoever the Lord empowers to taste these transcendental mellows. That's the place to be. Otherwise, you miss the boat. You miss the reason for this incarnation. Even Bhagavad Gita says, if you know the purpose of the incarnation of Krishna, you don't come back. Yeah, but people, it wasn't clear when Krishna was here. He didn't show what Lord Chaitanya showed. He didn't show what we're showing even. See, so the people aren't clear. That's why the Lord came as Lord Chaitanya to make it more clear. Otherwise it wasn't clear. He didn't show it to everybody and teach all about this. See, therefore you can't go back to Godhead. You need to know personally by coming and following the path of a real spontaneous devotee engaged in spontaneous loving service of the Lord and learn from them. Get purified by their association. Then you can know, because the Lord came here to taste these transcendental mellows that you see here every day. Not only Gaur Hari, but some of his disciples also. Otherwise, you don't know so what kind of teaching is that? You wonder why I poo-poo all of that? Lord Chaitanya was like, I just teaching you what it says in the scriptures. Lord Chaitanya says there's no benefit going to the holy place unless love of Krishna arises in your heart. He didn't think, oh, you go there and you take a bath in the water and everything. You know how many times I've been to Mayapur and Vrindavan and Radhakund? I see a bunch of Vaidhi Bhaktas who don't taste transcendental mellows. So what is that? That's the Lord is like, well, what is that? They're all following their rules and regulations and neophytes. The Lord says, what is it? I'm here to teach what the Lord's attitude, his real attitude is. It's like, well, what's that to me? If love of Krishna doesn't arise in your heart, there's no benefit going to the holy places. What benefit is you feel a little purified in the mode of goodness or something, but you're still envious of real devotees who have real devotion? You don't take to the path. What is it? What did you learn in this life? It's futile. If you go to the holy places, Vrindavan and Mayapur, and getting purified, then if you see a spontaneous devotee here in this world and you take to that path, okay, you got the result. Otherwise, if you spend your whole life in the Dham and you follow the rules and regulations and everything, and then you die a mundane Vaidhi Bhakta, in Varnashram Dharma, thinking something material, spiritual, so what? What is that to the Lord? We're here to teach about the glories of spontaneous devotional service, aren't we? Isn't that what we do here? Isn't spontaneous devotional service glorious? We show you, we taste it, we speak about the realizations we get. And much of the world is still not ready for it, obviously, but some are. So we preach these things. See, so people, unless you're seeing a devotee relishing these intimate transcendental mellows and the happiness of that, and if you're attracted, like, wow, I also want to chant like that, that's Raganuga Bhakti. You're a candidate. You're better than a big guru out there in ISKCON or any of those groups who is not interested. Because spontaneous devotional service is the real path. Love of God is the perfection of life. Isn't it say that? Chapter 23, Adi Lila. Life's ultimate goal is love of Krishna. Many people have attained it here already. They're on their way to it. Quickly. And these people, they call themselves gurus and teachers and all that, but not interested in life's ultimate goal. Because the only way you can practically get it is through the devotees who chant the holy name with ecstatic love of God, just like the verse says. We just teach according to the verse, man. It's not by pious deeds. It's not by renunciation that Narayan Raj taught, and by austerities that they taught, that the ISKCON teaches, that the Radha. It's not by that. It's just simply by being around a devotee who chants the holy name in great ecstatic devotion. Krishna rises in the heart. You can see it, and you think, "Wow, man, I want to be part of that." That's it. What's so hard to understand? Well, you're around these people who don't know. They're inexperienced devotees. They're not real devotees yet. They're a boss. A devotee has real devotion awakened in their heart. They got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya in disciplic line. This is the only practical place I've seen on the planet where you can get Lord Chaitanya's mercy in disciplic line. Does anybody want to go back to Godhead? What, you think there's some other place to get it? Where? Where do you get this ecstatic devotion that you see here every day? You see even disciples getting it. They teach the real way to do it. That's why everybody should abandon all these things. I'm teaching the real Bhagavatam. Look at Bali Maharaj. That kind of bhakti that's available here wasn't even available to him. But he says, what kind of guru are you? You're adverse to Vamanadev, the personification of Shuddha Bhakti in this world. I'm sorry, man. I'm following the order of a Shuddha Bhakta. That's Bhagavatam. Why is it these people don't understand? Why don't you understand, you ISKCON devotees or Vaishnava? All of you, if your guru is adverse to the kind of bhakti you see here, give him up. Follow the real Bhagavatam. Isn't that the real Bhagavatam? Didn't I just say it? Didn't I quote the verse? I quote that what they can't even quote. You know why? Because they got no real intimacy with the Lord to understand these confidential things. You come here, you get the real Bhagavatam. You get the real directions. Oh, really? I could leave my gurus and all these people? Yeah, if they're adverse, and most of them are, they're not even interested in the real path that we're teaching here under the order of Prabhupada and blessing of Lord Chaitanya, Radha, and Krishna. They're not even interested. So give them up. What? They're useless. Well, they can't. What? You're going to die of Vaidhi Bhakti like them. All you're going to do is you've just been fooled, man. All you're going to do is just feed their pockets, man, so they can travel around the world. They ain't any better than you. Without real devotion, nobody's better than you. You're the same, on the same level. You're both neophytes, neophyte followers and neophyte leaders. See, what did Jesus call them? He said the blind leading the blind. What else did he call? He said blind guides. You're without the kind of devotion you see in this Sangha, you're blind. You don't see things as they are. You can't explain things as they are. Here, this one class has been better than 40 years of listening to Acharya Dev's classes and him and all his memorization and all his word jugglery. He doesn't know the Bhagavatam. Yeah. Here, the Bhagavatam is practically explained. He can't explain it. He's not an example of an ecstatic devotee. Only ecstatic devotees who relish the mellows of love of Krishna, life's ultimate goal, are the real authorities. They're all hiding the path. See? Is there anybody in that fold that you want freedom? Freedom is here, man. All you have to do is come here, man. You'll be free as we are. Many of us. The only people not free here are those who are attached to the mode of goodness or something. They want to feed the homeless. They want to serve mundane people. That's your weakness. See? When you surrender to this path, I mean, what a beautiful path this is. Everything is easy peasy. You get to hear the scriptures as they are because an ecstatic devotee is explaining them to you, and only an ecstatic devotee can explain these verses. Otherwise, the explanations you get from these non-ecstatic devotees who are not intimate with the Lord, they haven't got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, which is this loving ecstatic devotion, spontaneous love of God that he brought here. They cannot teach you these things. They cannot really teach you anything much consequence. Not really. That's why I'm just quoting the verses of Lord Chaitanya said, man, there's no benefit going to the holy places if love of Krishna doesn't arise in you. You know how many people? It's like if love of Krishna arises in you, then you start to get realization and revelation of how important Lord Chaitanya is and his real devotees are. Otherwise, these persons, they're gurus, they teach the pastimes of the Lord, but they don't really teach anything. They're not interested in associating with the real devotees of Lord Chaitanya, which are here in this group. They're not even interested. So what benefit did you get? You haven't, the benefit is it's always, don't you want to be saved? Don't you want to be more than saved? You know what more than saved is what Lord Chaitanya, the gift he brought to the world. Well, we're in charge of that gift. Otherwise, what's the point of going to the holy places and being around dry persons, dry gurus, dry teachers, putting burdens on you, rules and regulations, and taking all your money so they could fly all over the world and live in nice places and eat nice foods? What good is that, really? It's always been like that. Are you ready to be free of that? That's called religion, man. Abandon all varieties of religion. That's easy peasy here. You want to learn how to abandon, you come here and you'll naturally abandon religion. You abandon materially motivated leaders, materially motivated popes, materially motivated sannyasis and gurus. Because without this mercy of the Lord, you're going to have impurities, man, in your preaching. You're going to have material motives for why you're spiritual master. And that's yucky, and you can't purify yourself or anybody else. It doesn't matter how perfect a Brahmin is. You may be. Lord Chaitanya quoted that. That's why you see in the Narayan Raj group, nobody's really purified. They're all big false egos, man. That's what I saw. I was there for a year and a half looking, where's this big bhakti that they're talking about? It was just a big word, purebhakti.com, without any pure bhakti. Just the big words, big titles, big Vedanta, big deities, big everything but big bhakti. No pure bhakti. No. Just big words. That's how Maya hides the path. So if some devotees block me, then I am stuck to develop my greedy to the Lord. So what is this? So if some devotees block me, then I am, but just the more you stay here, the more you say, what devotees? What kind of devotees are they? They block you? What kind of devotee are they? A devotee is a devotee, man. Francis and everybody else. What is a devotee? Devotee has the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. They can relish intimacy and ecstasy with the Lord. Otherwise, you're not a devotee. That's time for the birds and the bees preaching. What? You're adverse to devotion? Then you're like that guru of Bali Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj gave him up like stool. Sorry, man. You're adverse to Shuddha Bhakti. I'm going to listen to Prahlad Maharaj's preaching. That's what you get here is Prahlad Maharaj's preaching and more because the Lord Chaitanya came. We remove all the obstacles. You believe in this word, it'll remove those big obstacles out there called gurus. They're all obstacles, man. Obstacles. They're keeping you from this mercy of Lord Chaitanya here. I've heard it so many times. Oh, don't go over there to Gohari. Blah, 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 blah. See? What kind of guru are you, man? You're a piece of garbage, man. That's how it is, man. There's snake. Didn't Jesus call them snakes? What, you don't think that's Pharisees, man? Pharisees are these religious teachers of the world, materially motivated religion. They're snakes. They're snaky. They claim to be representing God. They don't represent the God, not the real God. The real God is transcendental, man. The real God you see here. The real God is ecstatic and conclusive. Teaches you kind of dependent on these words, man. You'll see. You won't be disappointed. It's like Shama Sundari said, every man is disappointed. Yeah, well, you won't be disappointed here because if this leads you to the Lord, why would you be disappointed? If this awakens your devotion to Krishna, why would you be disappointed? You got the result of somebody that led you to God. You're only disappointed with those who can't lead you to God. They mislead you. Because they're not experienced devotees. They're not even real devotees. Without real devotion, you're not a real devotee. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Sri Krishna Samhita. Only when real, pure devotion awakens in your heart are you considered now a devotee. Okay? We teach the deep stuff, not this for neophytes and babies. It's like children out there. These gurus are children. Their followers are children. They're playing doctor, man. They're no real doctors. They're not real spiritual master. Show me one real spiritual master. A real spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line that claims to be a worshiper of Lord Chaitanya, Radha and Krishna, has real, pure love for them. That's your guru, man. Otherwise, you haven't found the real guru. You just found obstacles. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Desiring to understand the glory of Radha's love. Yeah, when you see the glory, when you see a devotee, how are you going to get that experience now in 2024? You got to see a devotee who's like a girlfriend, you could say, in the relationship with the Lord. See, they have Radha's love for Krishna. And you see them, expressing their love for God. And you wonder, God, I'm desiring, I also want to understand this glory. How can I do that? Well, you're in the right place because it's the only way it can be preached. You have to see, like the Lord and Nityananda, they showed and demonstrated ecstatic devotional service and their personal relationship, intimate relationship with the Lord. And if you are thinking, wow, I also want to worship like that. There you go. You're a candidate. Now you're like Krishna, who was desiring to see the glories of Radharani's love. You're like these little Krishnas that doesn't understand. You see, you're alone still. You haven't got the mercy of a devotee. A mercy of a devotee of Radharani, right? In our line, a devotee of Radharani, a girlfriend of Radharani. You haven't got that mercy yet. You're going to naturally be on the outside thinking, boy, if you're lucky, you'll be thinking. Otherwise, you'll be like these gurus. They don't even care. They don't give a flying, I didn't have to say it, a flying about this. So what kind of teacher are you, man? Better to go and see Amin or Fanny. There's a better teacher. They're way sure. They show you what the way. Yeah, come over here, man. Yeah, go look at this. Yeah, what is this? This is my guru never to you. Well, okay, you're not a candidate. Go out there. Go follow some useless path out there. Yeah, spend many lifetimes. Go follow Narayan Raj. He promised you. He said it'll be many lifetimes before. That's his word. You get what his word is. Here, you get what the word is here. If you really want this and you come here and you're sincere and you become dedicated and follow in the footsteps of real devotees, like the visible ones here, you could see, like whoever that is, it could be Lalita Ganga and Govinda and Janaki and others, you'll make quick progress, or Amen. So, Amen says, yes, it is extremely important to accept this pure preaching. Bring us closer to Lord Gauranga, as Prabodhananda Saraswati said. Great scholars of the scriptures who do not accept Lord Gauranga as the Supreme Personality of Godhead are forced to wander aimlessly throughout the universe of dead matter. Yeah. See, the great scholars who do not accept Lord Gauranga as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But see, this is the thing. A lot of these persons, gurus and their followers, they say, well, what are you talking about? We accept Lord Gauranga. They only accept Lord Gauranga in name only. That's why you got to meet a real devotee who represents the transcendental energy and potency of Lord Gauranga. And if you're attracted, okay, now you're going to make progress. Otherwise, you're just going to be wandering aimlessly in rules and regulations and vidi and false egos and religion and for lifetimes. Because that's not real. When you get this mercy, you can see who's not awake. I can see these gurus are not awake. I can see their followers are not awake. They're caught up in the modes of nature still. It's only the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, which we have, that releases you from that. And if they're not good with that, well, you just stay in the modes of nature. We're going to be done. We're going to go on preaching, shake the dust from our feet, and move on and preach on, man. Anybody coming here, if you're desiring to see the glories of understand, do you desire to understand how Lalita and Govinda and some other devotees worship here intimately and ecstatically? Well, you're a candidate. Do you see their happiness? Do you see it's different? Do you think that happiness of Shamarani is real? Is that real happiness? Go look at her videos, man. You think that's real? Well, if you don't have ecstatic devotion, you probably might think, well, maybe, I don't know. Well, I know it ain't real. I know she hasn't got the mercy. 26 years or more with Narayan Raj. Still no ecstatic mercy of the Lord. Not interested in what we do at all. See, she's Guru Dev now. See, takes disciples. Where are you going to lead them, Shamarani and everybody else? Where are you going to lead your disciples? Are you leading them to Vrindavan? Vrindavan is a mood, man. Vrindavan is an ecstasy. We lead people to Vrindavan here. You can see we know what we talk about. We have experience of this. How are you going to know what the Vrindavan moods are unless you see ecstatic devotion or worship? You know? Go look at Brihat Bhagavatamrita. In the final chapters, Gopakumara attains his most cherished desire. See, he cherished that. He wanted that. Yeah. And you barely can find anybody in ISKCON or in these groups who really want that. See? But anyway, he attained it. And what did he see? He saw a devotee there so into chanting Krishna, Krishna with deep loving ecstasy, full concentration. He couldn't even get his attention. The guy was just Krishna, Krishna, relishing no, drunk on the ecstasy of that. That's Vrindavan. That's what you see here. And if you come here and you're looking at what are you guys doing? I'm Guru Dev, man. What kind of guru are you? You're useless. Hey, what? You're in the Hare Krishna movement? But when this is here, that's useless. Hey, everybody should pile into the kingdom of God here because this is it, man. This is the door. I didn't see any other doors out there. At the door is a devotee who chants the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, like the verse. Do you see that here? Yes or no? Do you see that with Acharya Dev or Radhanath? Does he chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion? Oh, yes, he does. Yeah. Would you see it? Well, no. Yeah, that's right. Because it's a no. Of course they don't. Did you ever see Narayan Raj chant with a great ecstatic? I didn't ever see it. I was there a year and a half. It was always this. See, I'm like Rupa. So, I ain't going to have faith in things that are like that. I'm not stupid. I think a lot of people are just stupid in this world. Krishna gives me intelligence. I don't know. Maya is tricky, man. She lies, she tricks, she deceives. Where's a devotee like Nityananda, where I could see relishing transcendental mellows? Ecstasy, ecstatically worshiping the holy name of Krishna like he did, intoxicated like he did. Where's that? See? I could lose my position by preaching that, because if Gaurahari is not like that, then you should leave also, because that's what I preach. I'm preaching you should be around devotees like a Lalita or Govinda that are blissed out of their mind because they found the real path, and they have real faith in real devotees, and they don't have faith in those who are not awakened. This is a whole problem. People have faith in gurus and teachers and religionists who are not awakened yet. That's a big problem. You're supposed to have faith in reality. What is reality? Reality is a devotee chanting the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, and very conclusive because of it. If that's not here, you should go find that, because that's the real path. That devotee is the only one who represents the real door into the kingdom of Vrindavan. Nobody else. You can't go through these devotees who don't have the symptoms of ecstatic devotion and conclusive understanding. They don't even preach that. They go and have a big time, and they have their servants, right? That Charya Dev has his servants, a big house in Santa Barbara, and all these servants, they love that, man. They love the high seats and all that stuff. They're all like that, man. And you think that's real? That ain't real, man. This is real. They have to have props, man. They have to say, well, give me a rubber stamp and I'll be Guru Dev. You guys say I'm Guru Dev. You mundane clerks in the GBC say I'm Guru Dev, and then I'll be Guru Dev. No, we teach by the real path of spontaneous devotional service and its attributes. Oh yeah, this person is a guru. Because they got the ecstatic devotion, like you see people get it from Lalita and Govinda, right? They get inspired and purified, because that's the way the Lord chanted. He gave people the potency that they got, and they went on cultivating chanting and became spiritual teachers and then spiritual masters. See, we follow along the lines of the verses. All the verses are appropriate here. They don't. You want to read the map book of Krishna consciousness, of Chaitanya Leela teachings? He's the spiritual master of the universe. You come here and you'll learn. Everywhere else I've seen, they don't teach you. There's not one actual representative I've met, not even one. Prove it wrong. But nobody ever does, do they? Nobody comes here. They're all afraid. I don't blame them. The truth will set you free, but not everybody wants to be set free. They want to bask in their illusions that they're Acharya Days with their big house in Santa Barbara or wherever he lives with all his servants, because he's so important. You have no importance to a devotee. You're not important to the Lord. You're not important to Prabhupada. None of you guys are, because you did what he didn't want you to do. You became spiritual masters of people you can't deliver. That ain't right. You give the name a spiritual master a bad name. That ain't right. But that's religion. That's why people, they lose faith in guru. Here you go. Here you can see people actually getting delivered, don't you? You see people like, wow, look at Lalita, look at Govinda. They have ecstatic devotion. That's deliverance. Without the symptoms of deliverance, there's no deliverance. It's that simple, man. What is this? Where are the symptoms of being delivered? like these spiritual masters, the so-called spiritual masters. Where's the symptoms that you're delivered? All of you, every one of you. Where's the symptom? Oh, we don't show that. Of course you don't show it because I'll call your bluff. You got a pair of deuces. You ain't got it, man. You're lying to yourself and lying to your disciples. See, and you're all an illusion. See, now is the time for people to see why Lord Chaitanya came here. Isn't it? That's why I got the order in 1996, man. The Lord came here to relish mellows, see, and to spread it to others. Well, you see that happening here and nowhere else, do you? So I guess this is the place to be for anybody that Krishna gives the right intelligence. Their so-called knowledge of the scriptures will be useless to them. Yeah, it's just like Krishna Das Kaviraj said. Those who do not believe in the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, see, are croaking frogs. They speculate. They don't believe in the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, right? I was in the Narayan Raj group. It's a good example. And the Radha, they don't believe in the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. They think you got to first deserve, then desire. No, we show you the way the Lord taught. You come here, you'll see ecstatic devotion, and it'll develop a desire. And then that Lord will say, oh, I'm going to make you deserving because you really want this sincerely. Knowledge of the scriptures, if it doesn't lead to devotional love of Krishna, you miss the boat still. You're on some other useless, insignificant path of many lifetimes. So what is that? Why should I preach, like, give respect to that? No. I'm here to disrespect that path. See, because it's not respectable. This is the respectable path. And I can't help it if you still, you're a goat mentality. You can't see that this is where you're going to get life's ultimate goal quickly. Well, I can't help it, then go somewhere else, But I'm still going to preach like this, just like Jesus preached and his disciples preached. Come to Jesus, man, and you'll be delivered. A lot of people didn't accept. No, we're going to go to the Pharisees. We believe in the Pharisees. Okay, well, go ahead. We shake the dust off our feet and move on. Come here, associate with the devotees here, become an ecstatic devotee, feel the grace that people get from coming here and getting purified. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Well, what can be done? Go somewhere else, It's time. I'm here to preach like Prabodha did, that's why it inspires Lalita also, because she's the ecstatic devotee, man. Birth after birth, they will wander from one planet to the next, propelled by their pious and impious acts. See, pious and impious. Varnashram Dharma is still pious and impious. You still believe in pure and impure. Oh yeah, being like in the mode of goodness is pure. See, and the mode of passion and ignorance is impure. So I'll stay away from that. I'll cultivate piety. See, you can't get out of that modes of piety and impiety. You can't get out of it by that. You need a stronger path. See, you need the transcendental mercy of Lord Chaitanya coming through this disciplic mind here. This dissolves pious and impious in your life. See, so then you just follow the devotional path. You just love Krishna, man. And forget about this being pious or impious. You don't have to. You neglect both. Just follow. Even if you have a little piety in you or a little impiety in you, still, if you follow this path, you associate with these devotees, you'll be pulled stronger and stronger into this. That's how it is for me too. Everybody, we're propelled because the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here. The real parampara is here. So we're propelled into this level of worship of the Lord's devotional worship. And that's a path, man. That's the greatest of all paths. To taste the nectar and the holy name, everything is accomplished from that. People don't know that. They think it's about being pious and impious. That's called religion. See, you got to accept that mercy of Lord Chaitanya, which is through his real, rare representatives here. I haven't seen any real representatives anywhere. Show me one. Show me one who's an ecstatic devotee who chants like some of the devotees here. Do you see any? Have you seen any? I haven't seen any. Yeah, go look over YouTube and see if you found some. You know why that is? Because it's always like that. When Lord Chaitanya was here and Nityananda was here, and you got to get it through the parampara. It's like, Lord Chaitanya met this devotee in South India, and he had taken initiation and got this ecstatic devotion, showing the example. He got this ecstatic devotion from Ishvara Puri, who got it from his guru, Madhavinda Puri. See, Madhavinda Puri, Ishvara Puri believed in his guru sincerely. He wasn't like a Johan or a Brahmachandra Puri. That's Johan. He doesn't believe in the guru. He wants to instruct his guru. See, he's following the path of Ramachandra Puri. See? He wanted to instruct his guru. Doesn't Johan want to instruct his guru? Doesn't my ex-wife want to instruct me and Lalita? Doesn't Mahavirya want to instruct? They all follow the path of Ramachandra Puri. They don't follow the real path that Ishvara Puri followed. Ishvara Puri is like a Lalita or Govinda. See, they follow the real path. Therefore, they got the real ecstasy, the pure ecstasy. See, this is the living representative of the book, the bygone example. You can tell if you're off or not. You see that guy, that goat over there, Johan, he can't figure this out because he doesn't believe. He doesn't even follow the Bhagavad Gita. You're my disciple, Arjuna. Krishna said, you're my disciple and my friend. Therefore, you're qualified to understand the transcendental science. He's not qualified. He's not my disciple and not my friend. He wants to teach me, right? Just like Ramachandra Puri wanted to teach Madhavinda Puri. This is how rare it is. People, you listen up. I'll show you how rare it is. Even back then, much less now. This is why it's only here. Unless you show, but I don't think you'll see any of these symptoms. Lord Chaitanya goes to South India and he meets a Brahmin. Okay, now he's already initiated by Ishvara Puri and he's in ecstasy. He meets this Brahmin and they embrace. And they both start getting ecstatic symptoms because the Lord's devotees like to be close. See, and they got the ecstatic symptoms. So the Brahmin says to Lord Chaitanya, you must have some relationship with my guru. His guru was Madhavinda Puri. You must have some relationship. Otherwise, there's no possibility of you having these ecstatic symptoms. You see how that was then? It's that like that now. There's no possibility unless you have a relationship here that I've seen. I mean, I'm open to possibilities if they're real associates, but it's pretty rare. So he said, there's no possibility. And then Lord Chaitanya said, yes, actually, I was initiated by Ishvara Puri, the sincere disciple of Madhavinda Puri, who had the ecstatic current. See, that's how it is. That's how rare it is. Even back then, can you imagine? Back then, it was rare. Madhavinda Puri was probably the only one that had that extent, that kind of special conjugal mellow. Not even nearby. I don't know if she had that or not at that level. But Madhavinda Puri did. I mean, Mirabai was a great devotee, but still, that conjugal mellow is very rare, and it came through Madhavinda Puri. Very close and intimate. Actually, I could, if I wanted to, I could go and analyze her poetry. I haven't done that yet, and I'll tell you if she's like that or not. But I'm not sure. I have to check it out. But of course, she's a great devotee. So, where was I? Yeah, so that's how you got to get it in disciplic line. So that's why you can't get it in ISKCON. You can't get it from these gurus because then none of the gurus have the symptoms that you see here. These are symptoms. If you check in the map book, see the map book being Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat, you'll see those same kind of symptoms in those books, but not over there. So this is the real. If you're reading the map right, the book is like a map. It shows you the way. The way is the devotee. See, so you got to find those devotees who chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. They're the way. Okay, so yeah. So desiring to understand the glory of Radha's love, the wonderful qualities in him, she alone relishes through her love. You see, without this pure love of Krishna, you cannot understand these qualities. You cannot relish these qualities. You cannot taste them. So that's why you need to get this potency by associating with the real devotees of Lord Chaitanya's. Otherwise, you will not understand that, and you will not follow this path because you're thinking, "Well, I don't care about that. I don't care about this devotion." With these devotees crying, you notice people. You see the devotees here crying and laughing and all that. You know how many of these so-called Vaishnavas, they look at this and they say, "What is that?" You know, well, you know, what is that? It's called love of Krishna. It's called transcendental mellows. Lord Chaitanya cried a lot, man, and so did his devotees when they were relishing mellows and they laughed and all that stuff you see here. Okay? So if there's anybody in these groups, this is the place to be. Do you really? Is there anybody that is desiring to understand uh, the qualities in Krishna that we relish and we understand and that we know because of ecstatic worship like this? Bhagavad Gita 10:10, to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, that's these transcendental mellows. This is the deepest level of it. I give them the real understanding. I give them real transcendental knowledge. This is the real path. The devotees who worship like this. See? It's so funny. It's so simple. It's not by austerity, all these verses, it's not by austerity, not by renunciation, not by being pious, not by mantra yoga, not by regulative devotional service that you attain Krishna Vrindavan. Okay? It's through the devotees who worship the Lord with great ecstatic devotion that you see here and that you don't see anywhere else. And the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. The Supreme Heart, Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as Nanak appears from the ocean. A great verse. I think I better stop here because I'm still a bit weak. So thank you for coming, everybody. Yeah, second time. Hare Krishna, everybody. And you have any comments or questions? You can. How can covered religious devotees see that this is real? Blind. Being blind means you can't see. Yeah, how can covered? Well, yeah, you're covered, right? So if somebody is open because Krishna gives them the intelligence, they can. You know, if you're attracted to hearing, hear. So Krishna will give you the intelligence. Krishna will draw you. Yeah, and if you're not covered, yeah, but still, as I say, I got to preach like this. I mean, this highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. See? So some people take the highest truth as a rebuke. This is rebuking. That's, see, for the welfare of all. This actually helps these gurus. Nobody can confront these gurus. Nobody can confront the Johans. See, this is for the welfare of all, this preaching, because it's truth. Truth will set you free. Eventually it works its way in. See, highest truth. And some people are looking for the highest truth. It touches their heart. They see that sincere, and they'll come. Distinguished from illusion. Oh wow, I didn't know I was following these Acharya Devs and these Narayan Rajas, and they weren't giving this highest thing. They said they were Raganuga Bhaktis and spontaneous devotees, but there's no spontaneous devotion given. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. That's the highest truth. Is that's an illusion. Don't say you're Raganuga Bhakta and you teach Raganuga Bhakti if there's no raga being passed on to any disciples. Look at Shamarani, good example. Where's the Raganuga Bhakti in her? Nowhere to be seen. I listened to her speaking about what she got from Narayan Raj, all kinds of speculations, not from an experienced devotee. What kind of guru are you, Shamarani? See, that's illusion, man. You can't deliver your disciples. You're not in the real line. As I know it's unpopular to say that, but hey, man, truth is no respecter of persons. Prove that you're in the real line. Proof that you know Lord Chaitanya and his mission. Prove that you relish ecstatic devotion. And they can't show any of that. They show some other path. That's not the real line. The real line is here, ordered by Prabhupada in the real line. So unless you come here, nobody can clear these things up. I haven't seen anybody clear these things up. Yeah. It's like Jesus said there, Freddie, he says, I have followers in many different folds. People are like I was in ISKCON by default. I wanted Krishna. I love Prabhupada's books, but that was the only association available that I had, at that time. So now it's different. See, here I was on that level of relish from the very beginning. So now we've made a place for those who want to worship amongst these kinds of devotees here. I mean, this is the greatest place to be. This is where you get delivered in this lifetime very easily. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody. We'll see you later. Hare Krishna.